microphone. Boy, I swear I couldn't leave that mic alone. Everybody clear the room, I like to write alone. I'm in my zone, bass bouncing off the styrofoam. I'm never in between, I'm either...
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. The stadium itself might be a bit newer, but it's a rivalry that still burns hot. And here we go, the Battle of the Bay from Santa Clara. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. A very solid gain of 27. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Garoppolo looks to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. That's going to be caught. A gain of 32 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that? And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jerick McKinnon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gold now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now a Bay Area native from up in Berkeley, the This is Marshawn Lynch. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now Carr throwing on second down. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. A Raider first down as Carr finds Cooper. First down, the run with Lynch. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Carr now to throw, and his pass incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and it's third and short.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Carr. Cooper's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Back to the ground, Lynch. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Carr to throw on second down. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he completes it to Jordan Nelson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game, that they've got to match them point for point, as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
On the toss, it's McKinnon. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. toss play to McKinnon. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here we go.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
He's got his man on the crossing route. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Lynch running the counter. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now Carr. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Carr gives to Marshawn. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Goodwin. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's McKinnon. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. The linebacker, Derek Johnson, in on the stop.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. Now they'll run it on the toss. They find some open field here. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerick McKinnon, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Gold now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Raider 2.
To throw again. Carr. And incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
29.
To throw his Carr. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
They build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On first down, Carr. And Nelson's got him here right side. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 6 there on first.
Here
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Carr. And Cook has it, left side. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
Monday down. 24. Check. 93.
Carr now on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Take four. Down. 18.
Throwing again. Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cook. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A Raiders first down. Carr hooking up with Cook.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Here we go.
Carr now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10.
808.
Carr to throw again. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Again, it's Carr. And this is caught by Cooper for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll make our score 14-7. Bailey now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means they're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. The pitch out to Lynch. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now they'll throw with Carr. On the move to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And Derek Carr just keeps improving. He can be dangerous not just inside the pocket, but as we see here, outside of it as well.
Kid born in California, played his high school ball in Texas, had quarterback written all over. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Dancing to his left. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
To throw, it's Carr. Buying time to his left. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. They come out here in the eye. And Carr's going to keep it himself. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
Well, I liked it. Just take the snap, burrow forward, pick up the few inches you need for a first down.
And defensively, I don't think they were expecting that. And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! Derek Carr with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good, and we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Garoppolo on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
12. Here we go.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Airing it deep for Garcon. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They'll try to get something going with Marshawn Lynch. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Hitting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd down, Lynch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, it's 2 guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Carr gonna throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
7:34. You got 56 there.
From the gun, Carr. Powerful running. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here now, Johnny Townsend. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. Back now here in Santa Clara. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Left hand. Six. Hey, go, go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
21.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Complete to Bryant. Martavis Bryant. Touchdown, 49ers. Martavis Bryant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have moved out in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Carr now on first down. And that'll be incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, 98 now. 58, 98.
To throw again. Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. 4-time Pro Bowler Derek Johnson. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Hey, gun.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Room here to run. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, 36 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Gold now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
7:34.
Now Carr, got to have this one. It's caught, Nelson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Seth Roberts, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are back within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Bailey got the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Bailey now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
11. Go ahead. 21.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
12. 21. Go ahead.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going to run. It's McKinnon. And it's a fumble. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a 1st down. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Garoppolo now. Incomplete. The linebacker, Derek Johnson, there in coverage.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the 2nd level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Garoppolo. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Here we go. 21. Hey, go.
McKinnon. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Marcus Gilchrist there to bring him down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now it's the Florida Atlantic alone. This is Alfred Morris. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. They run again with Morris. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Oh, Gold missed it. It's no good. Wide to the left, off the mark, and this score will stay right where it is. All right, so then instead of a 2-score lead in the waning moments, that miss means they're going to need to sweat this one out after all, partner.
Nothing comes easy in this league. That could turn out to be a miss of disastrous proportions. So now they need to call on their defense one last time to bail them out.
Hey, here we go. 29. 29. You got 56 there.
Back to throw. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play. He's back to throw. Nelson's got it here right side. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
6-18. 29.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. The Raiders on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 17. He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Set, fellas. Low. But 5-man box. Check.
One final try now for Carr. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Well, win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. Bailey now to kick this one away. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Raiders, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.